So I have no idea what to expect, but I'm looking forward to it. So these usually slap. So let's see what's going on. It's supposed to be Demacia this season as well, right? So it's all about Demacia. Because I think I saw like Garen on the front. Is that Garen, I guess? Morgana? Okay. Is that supposed to be Shyvana? Probably not, right? Oh, the Mage Rebellion. What's in the shadows? Oh, there's Sona. I don't know who this is. Is that the Black Rose stuff? Oh, is that Shyvana? Yes. I guess so. Okay. Oh, what's her name? The bird for the AD carry that's not an AD carry that flies around super fast everywhere. I can't remember her name right now. Quinn. Quinn in the bird. I don't know the name of the bird. I don't know what's going on in this one. Like, I don't know who those are supposed to... The stags are supposed to be, or the woman on the horses, or the person on the horse. I guess Shyvana and Quinn are friends. I don't know who that is. Maybe it's supposed to be Yanara or something? I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm supposed to recognize who that is. I feel like I have seen her face before, but is it Yunara? I don't know. Okay. One hell of a landing. Shyvana and Quinn, yeah. What was the darkness? Was it supposed to be Fiddlesticks? I know Fiddlesticks is around. Yeah, is this Yunara? Is that Jarvan? Is this bringing the piece of Zinzal's spear back? Something like that. Because Zinzal's gone now. What's his name? The new character. I mean, it was kind of cool. I don't know the lore enough, I guess. Like, I'm not sure what's even going on here. What these things are. Am I supposed to know? I got no idea. And I guess she's Yanara bringing the piece of Zinzal's spear back to Jarvan? Which means, is this King Jarvan? Or Prince Jarvan? Right? I don't know which Jarvan this is. Garen, obviously, everyone recognizes Garen. Yeah, the Sona bit was... Sure, this is Yunara, right? I'm not bonkers for thinking that. With the weird mark on her forehead and the short purple hair. This is Yunara, right? I feel like it is. Let me check. Get my phone out. I'm gonna put I'm gonna quickly bring a Yunara screenshot. Yeah, it is, right? She's got the short purple hair. She's got the weird squirrely thing, and she's got the mark right in the middle of her forehead. It's got to be Yunara, right? Yeah. So it's like my brain was saying it's Yunara, but I was like, I don't. What? I guess she's in Demacia now. Last time we saw Yunara, they were still in Ionia, weren't they? Because Zin died. And they did that in the last cinematic of last season where what's his name? The new character kills Adakan. That cinematic. So I guess time has passed since then, because now Yunara's in Demacia and she brings the spear back to a Jarvan. Is this King Jarvan? Before he gets murdered by Sion and his crown gets taken? Or is this Prince Jarvan? The one that currently exists? Which Jarvan is this man? I don't know. I mean, that very much looks like a cataclysm, like you know, Jarvan old. But this doesn't. He doesn't look. At least he. I mean, Jarvan's an old champion. Maybe they want him to look like this, but he doesn't look like current Jarvan the Fourth, right? I guess Jarvan the Fourth has always has a helmet on. Is this Jarvan the Fourth? Or is this Jarvan the Third? Prince Jarvan versus King Jarvan, I guess. What does Jarvan the Third look like? He's just an old man in this one. Because he's in is this Jarvan the Third? Fuck it. I don't know. I don't know enough lore. This is either King Jarvan the Third or Prince Jarvan the Fourth. It's a Jarvan, okay? One of the two. I suppose the fight between Shyvana, Quinn, and the Dragon's pretty cool. Quinn getting some screen time is fucking crazy. But for Demacian champions, I knew Garen was going to be there. Obviously, I assumed Jarvan would probably be there because he's the leader, or depending on the Jarvan, he's either the king or the heir to the throne, the prince. Whichever one you go with. He's one of the two. But I mean, there's so many other Demacian champions, right? There's like Vayne and Poppy and Galio and Lux. I suppose they've had segments in previous, but then so's Garen. Garen's had a segment in every single League fucking cinematic since the beginning of time. So, I don't know. But Quinn? Who the fuck plays Quinn? No offense to all the Quinn players out there. Who the fuck plays Quinn? I don't need, like, I don't know. Shyvana I like because they were supposed to have Shyvana's one of those champions that's supposed to get a rework every like 3 years, right? Every like 2 or 3 years, they're always talking about a Shyvana rework and they're gonna make her finally good and actually feel like a dragon character and blah 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 blah, and it never happens, right? Like she's always just the woman that turns into a dragon occasionally. I don't know. Maybe now it's the Demacian season, we'll actually get a rework of her. That would be cool. It would be nice to see Shyvana get some love. Because she's an interesting champion. She just doesn't really do anything. Apart from in like a Ram where you build her full AP and she spits fireballs that explode a screen for no reason. Sona, sure. Again, I'm not much of a support player. I have friends that really like Sona. And you know, Sona's got some big personality that people are a fan of. So I'm fine with them including Sona. It's just the Quinn that throws me off hard. And I guess the Yunara, because she's not a Demacian champion, but they wanted to link it back to the previous story, so they can just have it as one long overarching story, I guess. But so this has got to be before the Mage Rebellion, right? So I guess that Jarvan probably is King Jarvan, right? Does King Jarvan die before or after the Mage Rebellion? I don't remember. Again, I haven't really done my League lore in a long time. I assume the shadow that's consuming people in the village as well, if we go all the way back here, I'm assuming it's like... what are the shadows that consume? Nocturne or Fiddlesticks? Not going to be Nocturne. Nocturne hasn't got screen time since the very first League cinematic. And Fiddlesticks is supposed to be roaming near Demacia and being creepy, but he doesn't do shadows and drag people in. He does the whole scarecrow bullshit, right? And crows. I don't know what this dark shadow is supposed to be. Just badness, I guess. Sure. I don't know. I think this one might not be as good as I was hoping. I don't know. I guess it's got like I think the champion selection and the enemy selection just throws me. I think that's what's throwing me, right? Because we see Garen versus some random dudes, like no one important, it's just random people. Sure. And then it's what? Shyvana and Quinn versus a random ass dragon. Again, sure, but like, okay. And then it's Sona versus the black stuff. And then it's what? Yunara getting chased by a bunch of angry forest animals and being saved by King Jarvan. Right? Those are the sort of the storylines we follow in this cinematic. Like, what? I guess they don't want to. If they've got an idea for a storyline they want to follow through the seasons, they don't want to spoil too much. But this is just kind of nothing, right? It's just not really anything. I think that's what's throwing me off. Because usually we get some cool fight scenes between, you know, a character we know and an enemy we know. At least I'd like to think sometimes we do. Like, what was the last one? It was Xin Zhao and Yunara versus Atakan and LeBlanc. Like, that was, you know, good versus evil, sure, whatever. But they were characters from League of Legends that we know on both sides. This one was just like characters we know from League of Legends in the Demacia side versus random bullshit Go. It's just like the red stuff around Garen, is that Black Rose? Is that LeBlanc getting tricky again? I don't know. It looked kind of Black Rosy, but that's about it. Yunara being chased by forest animals? Are they normal in Demacia at this time, or is this some thing that we're supposed to recognize? Sona is just getting assaulted by unpleasant darkness. Sure. And then, like I said, Shyvana and Quinn are just fighting a dragon. There isn't. I'm not going to say there isn't another dragon champion in League, right? You got Smolder and his mum that he calls in every now and then, and like Arulian Soul, I guess, and things like that. But like, that was just a dragon. Like, none of these are recognizable enemies or characters that we can go. Like, there's nothing there. It's just like, hey, here's some generic bad stuff. Okay, like I don't know. The animation looks good, but it's not got the same kind of feels as when you see, you know, your favorite character fighting up against some other villain character from an opposing faction on Runeterra, right? Like, or do you remember the old ones they used to do of this, where they had like the Jhin and Camille fight, where Jhin does the bow and the whole stage is exploding, and Camille's trying to cut his leg off with their knives, and like Draven versus Riven in that arena. I know Riven beats up a bunch of generic dudes, but then Draven comes down and fights her. And like even in some of the more recent ones, we had like Katarina versus Elise, or someone from Elise's group. It looked like Elise, so I said it was Elise. And like, I know it's Mel versus the Black Rose, but I mean, sure. Like, I don't know. I feel like this one doesn't have a character that you can be like, oh, they're the bad guy. Like, it's just some generic unpleasantness. Right? Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling this one. I'm not feeling the impending doom or impending anything. Like, I know they couldn't like reuse Silas again like they did the last time Garen, Lux, and Galio all got together in a fight versus Silas, which was really cool, by the way. That's it, and cinematic slapped. But they couldn't really reuse Silas again because this is supposed to be before the Mage Wars, the Mage Rebellion, right? They can't do that. Because Silas is... Does Silas start the Mage Rebellion, or does he come after? I think he starts it. I'm not really sure. Or at least he's a key component of the Mage Rebellion. But I mean, you could have had any Noxian character following after Yunara, right? Not just random farm animals. You could have had Fiddlesticks, not just random darkness, because Fiddlesticks wanders around, just terrifies everyone. And the last video they released of Fiddlesticks, the trailer for his visual update, he was in Demacia, murdering random guards. I don't care if the time doesn't fit right. Just have an actual enemy champion in there, Riot. Come on. Like, Shyvana and Quinn, I mean, I don't know. I don't really... Sure, you can just have them fight a dragon, I don't know. And what was the other one? That was it, right? Oh, Garen. Just have Garen fight anyone. Just anyone. I don't care. Pick an enemy champion. Right? I don't know. Have it be a LeBlanc clone. Or I don't know, some enemy mage. I don't know. I know the most obvious one would be Silas, but Silas isn't around yet, so whatever. But pick an enemy. Pick a champion we can all recognize as the bad guy and get excited over. Don't just throw random unpleasantness at them, right? Like, I know there are going to be people where they're like, oh, it's who's controlling this black fog stuff, the black mist, I guess. Or it's not the black mist, though. I don't know what this is. Who's controlling that, and who's controlling the forest animals to chase Yunara, or what's controlling them? And who sent the assassins to attack Garen and his men? And, like, what the dragon represents for Shyvana and Quinn or whatever. I don't care. Riot has what 170 champions at this fucking point. Pick an enemy champion, not an enemy champion, but you know what I mean, a bad guy champion. Just put him in there. Oh, her. I don't care who it is. Just put someone in there so we can have like an antagonist for this little cinematic story. Because we get 4 protagonists and no antagonist, right? We get 5. Sona, Quinn, Shyvana, Garen, Yunara. I mean, even Jarvan comes in at the end, I guess 6. And we've got no enemy you can actually like physically put a name on, right? Not maybe the lore nerds can. Maybe they can. But like for normal League of Legends players, there's just nothing there. Right? There's no League of Legends champion you can go, oh, that's and I know, again, maybe they don't want to. It's what, the 7th of January? Maybe they don't want to reveal their hand too much. Maybe they want to keep it all sneaky to the chest and just drop little hints in that I'm too stupid to have seen or don't understand the lore behind. Sure. I'll probably go watch a Necrit video and he'll explain it to me and then it'll be way more interesting. Because, you know, for all the good League lore, that's where everybody goes. But like, for a normal League of Legends player, there's just no bad guys, right? Like, hey, look, it's Garen versus some assassins. Who's gonna win? Garen. Quinn and Shyvana versus a random dragon. Who's gonna win? Quinn and Shyvana. Yunara being chased by random wildlife. Gonna be fine, right? Sona versus random ass shadowy stuff that pulls people in. It's gonna be fine. Sona's gonna be okay, right? Like, what do you mean? They're not being attacked by anything dangerous. It's not like another league champion, right? Like league champions don't die to. I mean, generally they don't die, but they don't die to just random crap like this. They're supposed to be like the heroes of their country, their city, wherever they're from. They are the heroes. That's why they're the League of Legends, right? That's why the League of Legends. This is just, it feels like there's zero stakes in this because nobody in this is going to die to anything that they're put up against. And again, I know it's super early. It's like the first cinematic of an entire year that's supposed to be an overarching story continuing from last year's story and it's all tied together and interesting. Give us something. Don't just have like a pale, like a bland ass fucking animation where nobody is in threat of anything. Like, at no point did I think anything cool was or badass was going to happen in that whole thing. Like, even when the dragon breathed fire at Quinn, I was like, she's not going to die, right? Like, some random ass dragon doesn't kill Quinn. It just doesn't happen. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, either Shyvana was going to save her or a bird was going to swoop in and fly her out of the way, right? Like, there's whatever. I didn't know what was going to happen, but something was going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. This is a miss for me. Like, weirdly, usually I'm really positive about these cinematics because they look great, and the songs are usually really good as well. The song was fine. Honestly, I was more paying attention to the animation than the song. Maybe I'll listen to the song again later and see how it sits without the animation. But I think this is a miss for me. Like, there's just nothing interesting, right? It's just like, here's our cast of characters, and here's their mildly unfortunate day. Like, some people Garen was training died. Sure. I'm assuming in the battles with, you know, Noxus and all the rest of it, and the Mage Rebellion, lots of people Garen knows died. What, these 4 random no-name guards, do we Do we care? Not really? Okay. And then what? Sona, some people got consumed by darkness, and then their little boy did, and then she saved the little boy. Woo. And then Shyvana and Quinn, nothing bad happens. They look slightly like they had a bit of a tough fight at the end, but they're both okay and everything's fine. And then Yunara gets chased to a cliff and then just saved by Jarvan and everything's K. Like, nothing... There was never any real, like, stakes on it. They didn't... I don't know. Again, if they'd have put in some, like, like, some of the enemy heroes from League, it feels more like somebody might actually die here or something might go down, right? I guess that's maybe just from playing League. I feel like the only thing that kills a League character is other League characters, just because that's kind of like playing the game. But, like, again, I don't know. It feels so bland, right? There's just so much nothing in it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll probably, after this, I'm going to go and watch the Necrit video talking about it, because I've literally not seen anything about it today. Maybe there's a whole bunch of lore I'm missing that I should be super excited about, and everyone else is going crazy for, because they noticed it and I didn't. But as far as I'm concerned, that's a whole lot of nothing in a 4-minute cinematic, right? How long is it? Yeah. 5-minute cinematic when nothing happens. Right? Nothing happens to anyone we give a shit about. Cool. Okay. Like, I know it's the setup, but, like, come on. Like, do you remember the first time they tried this with, like, I think it is, like, the Draven one? Draven versus, what was it? Draven versus Riven. And then it was, like, Garen and Lux and Galio versus Silas. And it was, like, the Vi and Caitlyn versus the guys releasing Urgot from his cell. Right? That was cool! There were champions on either side. And, like, you thought that people could actually get hurt and could die, and people did get hurt, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And, like, in this one, there's just nothing. There's just no enemy champions. There's just a whole lot of fuck all going on. Like, even, what was it? I'm trying to think of the other ones you've got. I mean, they had, like, Old Man Yasuo versus a bunch of nobodies. But, like, sure. But then they had Tryndamere versus Kindred, right? And that was cool. And they had Morgana and Kayle versus Aatrox, which was really cool. Like, there's generally champions versus other champions. This was champions versus minor upsetting things, minor distractions, right? Like, nothing. There was just nobody. There was just a big fat nothing. I don't know. But again, if people end up watching this and you disagree with me and you think I'm talking out my ass, let me know. Maybe I missed some very obvious lore notes. Again, you can let me know. I'm going to go watch the Necrit video after this, like I said. So maybe I'll know by then. But as far as I'm concerned, this was a real bland ass nothing of a video. Like, this did not hit for me. And again, I don't know if none of these Demacian champions I care about, right? Like, not really interested in Garen. Who's my favorite Demacian? God, I'd have to bring up the list of all Demacian champions. Realistically. I don't think I like any Demacian champion. Maybe that's my problem. I don't really care. I mean, I talked up Shyvana. Shyvana's a cool champ. I'd love if Shyvana got a rework and was actually, like, a really, really cool champion. Because I think Shyvana's just a cool champion in general. But, like, Quinn... nobody plays fucking Quinn. And again, to all you Quinn enthusiasts out there, I apologize. But nobody fucking plays Quinn, okay? I'm not going to take it back. I'm just going to say, in advance... Sorry if you get all upset about it, but nobody fucking plays that champ. Shyvana, I think, needs a rework, but could be really cool. And then Garen is just the face of Demacia, so, like, he has to be in there, right? And then Sona, again, I get it. Supports will love it. And you usually have at least one or two people playing as cosplaying as Sona, right? When they go to, like, the big league events, because, like I said, she's got a pair on her. So and people love cosplaying as as girls like that. But like, and then yeah, Yunara, who doesn't fit, she's from Ionia, and then King Jarvan, who's not a champion, he's just a character in the lore that everybody knows, right? So like, yeah, like this one. I'm sorry if you did, but I didn't like this cinematic. It didn't do anything for me. And I hope that the next one is better. I hope the next one reveals all, and it's the start of the Mage Rebellion, and we can see some like Silas and maybe some other people. Maybe they'll release some new champions that fit into the lore a little bit, and they can have like them be the enemies. Maybe Fiddlesticks get some screen time or something. I like Fiddlesticks as a character concept. Huge amount, by the way. I think like a proper like a bit of Fiddlesticks lore coming in, or not just Fiddlesticks, but all of the demons. I mean, they had Adakan's a demon, right? What other demons have we got? Evelyn, Adakan, Fiddlesticks, whoever Swain's with. I don't know. I don't know who Swain's with, but Swain has a demon. I'm trying to think what other demons there are. There's a number of them, but I don't remember them all. I think there are like we have all the names of the demons. I don't remember them beyond like Fiddlesticks and Evelyn, right? So who knows? Maybe we'll see some more later, but yeah, for me, like this cinematic. I'm sorry, I didn't think there just wasn't anything to it. There was no exciting enemy champions or like cool like we've seen almost all of these characters before. I mean, I guess Sona had her own cinematic? Not really, but she's in a lot of the like because you got DJ Sona, she's in like a lot of the audio stuff. So she's had stuff about with her in it before, but not like this. Garen obviously has. I don't think Shyvana and Quinn, or Quinn's never been in a cinematic. I don't think Shyvana's ever been in a cinematic. Yunara has obviously every cinematic about her in the last season right at the end. And then, I mean, like I said, King Jarvan's not even a character. So, like, I don't know. It didn't, it's a miss for me on this one. Like I said, maybe I'll go watch a video about the lore and maybe it'll be cool. But as far as I'm concerned, I didn't like. I think this one wasn't a very good cinematic. So yeah, that's my thoughts and my review and trying to figure things out on it. But yeah, I did not like this one. So fingers crossed the next one's better. And until you either catch people in my streams or until we review the next video.